So I came to the realization a while ago that I definitely want a family because, of course. And I thought to myself recently, if I was to meet my future wife now or in the next couple of weeks, what would be the consequences of that? And I thought instantly, I wouldn't be ready, right? When I picture when I get married or when I meet my future wife and I'm getting married and I'm having my family, there's a certain life I want to provide for my family, right? There's so many things I want to get done. I definitely want to be financially secure and have the core group of friends that I need, just to, other than the natural benefits of having a core group of friends, which is you have people to go on the journey with and you have companionship and all of that. Also, having like connections. So, like, if I'm to get into trouble or something's to happen that I need help with, I can instantly call up my friend because he's got this connection or he knows how to do this. Like I've mentioned this before, the dynamic of the group that I want is that, okay, I'm an accountant. I learned this from Kevin Samuels, by the way. He stated it, and instantly I was just like, of course, that makes sense, right? He basically said when you have a group of friends, you want to have different skill sets that complement each other, right? So I'm an accountant. If I'm to have my friends, one of them would be maybe a software engineer, another one's a doctor, another one's a lawyer. You get what I mean? Like they've got different skills. So like if I'm to get into say legal trouble, for example, I can call up my friend that's the lawyer, right? So things like that. I want to have a group like that that's just got connections, right? And just to have the resources and the connections in place that can protect my family from anything, right? And I also want to be obviously be able to move out of the country. I'm living in South Africa. It's not the best economic climate right now. But honestly, when you think worldwide, there's not really like a perfect country. But yeah, either way, this isn't the best country to be in. So I want to have the ability to do that. And also, I want to have lots of kids, right? And obviously, when you have lots of kids, you have money. And definitely want to homeschool my kids. I want my wife to homeschool my kids, and I want to be able to facilitate that and help and everything like that. I don't want them to be going into public schools or even private schools for that matter. They're all woke. So again, that comes with a sacrifice, right? And obviously, it's going to be a sacrifice of time there, but there's also a sacrifice that I need to make now, which is build financial capabilities to be able to do that in the future. So just things like that. I need a certain skill set. I need a certain amount of friends or a certain type of friends, a social life, I need a certain level of financial independence and just competence in general. General competence. When I look at myself now, I'm 21 year old. I'm 21 years old. I'm a man, but honestly, when I look at the man I want to be, I kind of feel like a boy. To be honest, I'm not like just going back to the question, which is if I was to meet my future wife now, or the woman that's going to be my future wife. I don't feel like I'd be ready to be like someone worthy of her, basically, like someone who'd be able to like. I can't walk up to her father and be like, yes, I'm gonna be. I want to marry your daughter, like with a straight face. I don't think I'm that level of a man yet, and also having kids as well. I don't think I'm competent enough to be a father right now. So it's just things like that. I have a lot of things to build, and then putting all that into perspective, I just thought to myself, why don't I start building that life now? And that's definitely a thinking point, of course. After I thought of that, and I was just like, yeah, I should be working on building that now. And then I also thought about the type of woman I'd want to marry, right? And instantly, I have, a set of criteria. And, she's going to be like God's daughter, right? She's going to be like a woman of God and everything. And, I thought to myself, well, God has definitely got a certain kind of man lined up for her. He's wonderfully competent and he's the man for her, right? And God is putting me through tests to see if I can become that man, right? And I can't just sit here and be like, oh, I'll find the way. I can just pray to God and be like, oh, I want a future wife who's like this, and that, because He's also got a man who's lined up for her, and I need to meet like that standard. And me going through the test that I'm going through now is going to get me to meet that standard, if you get what I mean, right? And if I don't meet the standard, He's going to find another man who's going to meet her standard. You get what I mean? So it's a two-pronged approach, basically. It's a twofold way of thinking. And having that kind of perspective just like puts me in my position. I'm like, I have I have things I need to do. And I think just thinking about things like that is sobering. And just the topic of this video is basically like when you do things for your future wife and kids, it's like think about things that way. You have a lot of things you need to do, and a lot of things you need to be able to provide for your wife and kids, especially if you want a certain kind of life. And yeah, that's the video. Just something important to think about. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to join the Self Improvement Brotherhood. And until next time, see you boys.